Thank you. Now Lily's going to go over your loan with
All right, this is the fun part.
All right.
You guys ready for this?
I don't think so, but do it anyway.
Most important thing when you're signing all these documents is that you sign exactly as your name appears on here. It looks like they're using a middle initial for both of you, so make sure you are consistent throughout the documents.
Okay.
This first here is Patriot Act. You gave Heather your driver's license or your passports. She's going to fill in all the information here, verifying those documents are accurate. You're just signing here, letting her know that you did in fact provide those to her.
Okay.
And you're going to start a pile upside down to the right of Jody there. So these need to stay in order. Now this is your note. This is the most important thing. This is discloses the amount of money that you're borrowing, which is this amount. This is the correct address. And this is actually your interest rate.
Okay.
Here it says that you will have 360 payments fixed at 6%. Your first payment is due on March the 28th.
Okay.
Your last payment is due on February 2038.
Swell.
So you'll be paying this for a long time.
Yeah.
This is your amount of your principal and interest. You have the right to prepay, which is very important.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
There are loan charges associated with this loan that you saw in your HUD settlement sheet.
Right.
If you fail to pay for any reason, well, someone's unhappy. If you fail to pay for any reason or you begin to default on this note, this talks about how they're going to give you notice. I'm sure that's not going to happen.
No, I'm sure.
You're the only two who are obligated under this note to pay this mortgage. You can't transfer it to anyone else. And this is your signature page here on the back. So you're going to need to initial at the bottom of each page. Be sure to include the middle initial and then sign here on the back.
Okay.
And Jody, if you want us to, we'll just put this aside until you're,
Okay, thank you.
until you have a hand free.
I'll put mine on here now, though.
That's good. Now this is the actual mortgage. This doesn't have anything that reflects your interest rate, just the amount that you're borrowing.
Mhm.
It really talks about the property and how you'll take care of the property, attaches a note to the home. The most important thing here is how you're holding title as
Mhm.
husband and wife, because your names are spelled correctly there. You're going to need to initial each one of these pages. I'm just going to give you the brief overview
Okay.
of what it is. Here it talks about who your lender's going to be, PHH. This is going to be your, again, the amount that you're borrowing, again, your
Mhm.
first payment, last payment. There are no riders to this mortgage. If you were an adjustable rate, or you were in a homeowners association, or if you were required to have bi-weekly payments, or either the second home, there would be an additional rider to this boilerplate mortgage.
Okay.
But there's not, so nothing is checked here. The rest of this is a standard document, it's regulated by the state. It's giving you some terms they're going to use throughout the document here in the form of a glossary, letting you know there's going to be a legal description attached to the property that Heather's going to prepare that actually explains where the property is in the event that there's some catastrophe or something's happened, be able to see where your land lines
Right.
were. This, again, you've had a mortgage before, but this just explains very clearly exactly how a mortgage works, how your principal and
Yeah.
interest and everything is applied. Do you understand how that works?
I do.
Okay. It takes a long time to pay it off, but
Right.
eventually you get there, and the first couple of years are mostly interest.
Swell.
Your funds for your escrow account, Heather mentioned that they're collecting today for the escrow account to fund it, so that this time next year, when your taxes are due, there'll be enough money in this account to pay your taxes, and the lender will actually pay those on your behalf. Any liens or additional mortgages you get on the property are your responsibility. You can't, they are going to take second position to this mortgage, obviously, but they're going to be your responsibility.
Okay.
You always have to have property insurance, which is the same as homeowners insurance or hazard insurance. You always have to have it, but you can change it. Talks more about homeowners insurance. You're going to occupy this as your primary residence. You're going to take care of it. You're going to cut the grass twice a month.
She better than you.
I just throw that in there to make sure you're still awake. That's my running joke. There's, you took up, there was a mortgage application to go with this mortgage. There was a security note you saw. Mortgage insurance doesn't apply to you, but if you did have mortgage insurance, it would explain how all of that works.
Okay.
You cannot assign this mortgage to anyone else. You have to sell it or refinance it to take either of your names off of it.
Okay.
You're both responsible for this mortgage. Again, there were loan charges associated with it. If you do decide to add on to the home, you have to do it up to code for the township, up to the their construction rules.
Okay.
You have received a copy of everything that's going over, which is in this package here that Heather provided for
Mhm.
you. And then we start talking about, in the event you do default, that you have the right to reinstate the mortgage up until 2 hours before the sheriff's sale at this actual rate. You would just have to bring
Okay.
the balance up to what it actually is.
Let's hope we never get
You're
there.
not gonna get there, I'm sure. And you can't keep hazardous substances on the property. That's not like gasoline, but you can't have a huge tank of,
Got it.
got it.
Nitroglycerin.
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 You got that out, right?
Yeah, it's involved.
Good, good. All right, so the rest, this last couple pages are your signature pages, and then here's Heather's notary page. So you're going
Okay.
to need to initial each one of these pages,
All right. Don't forget all 3 initials.
yes, and sign towards one of the last pages.
Great. You ready?
I'm ready, let's go, hon.
All right, that's great. You just want to put that? Good. All right, now, you guys still with us?
Yep.
All right. This is your, okay, so, this is your truth in lending statement.
Mm-hmm.
This is our last document.
Okay.
You signed a lot here. The most important thing that you know on this is that you have 359 payments at $2,290 a month. They're
Right.
going to be fixed for 359 payments, and that you have the right to prepay.
And when's the first payment due again?
Your first payment is going to be due March 1st. Because we're closing in January, we're collecting interest from today, January the 25th, to the end of the month. February 1st, you'll be at 0 with your current mortgage company because you pay interest in arrears.
Gotcha.
So on March 1st will actually be your first payment. It's actually interest for the month of February.
Okay.
Plus a little bit of principal. So your first payment coupon is in here,
Mm-hmm.
and we are done with papers.
Terrific.